Hello and welcome. Once again, it's another episode of Two Sides to Opinion podcast. I'm the guy driving the bus. I got my co-drivers with me, but this time we got some extra passengers. What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Wow.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Job and Eduardo, how y'all doing, man? Y'all doing all right?
Doing all
Yes,
right,
sir. We doing great.
sir.
That's a good thing. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing started off and jumping. As you guys can see, we have Hastings Bears in the house. We have starting center Eduardo Sanchez, and we also have starting corner / safety Job Kumakeh. How you doing? You guys doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, Eduardo, tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Started center for Hastings. I started 2.5 years. I think this season I got around over 25 pancakes. So it was a pretty good season for me.
All right. We love to hear that.
Yes,
Tell us
sir.
a little bit about yourself, Joe.
All right. Joe Kumakeh. Started about 2 years. Started for Hastings. Had me about at least 35 tackles. I can't have one pick. I picked up about 3 offers going into my senior year for sure.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We
That's
love
what
to
I'm
hear
talking
it.
about.
We
That's
love
what
to
I'm
hear
talking
it.
about.
So, on behalf of Two Sides to Opinion podcast, I want to thank you, fellas, for coming out here and about to give the knowledge that you're about to give to everybody in the chat. If you got anything you want to say about Job and Eduardo, please go ahead and say it in the message. We'll get that out to them. We're going to go ahead and get this thing kicked off. I'm going to throw it over to Coach Josh. Go ahead.
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Coach?
What's up, Coach?
Man, thank y'all so much for even being on this podcast with us today, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Yes,
you for having me.
sir.
So let me see, man. So we asked all our student athletes these questions. And one of the things that I would like to know is from any camps, practices, games, scrimmages, um, did anybody really stand out to y'all where y'all was like, man, that's a player? I'm gonna start with you, Joe.
If you speaking about team wise, or you talking about anybody we had came across during the season?
Oh man, just anybody, man. Just anybody you like, man, that's a player, man. That's a dog. Lord, I gotta go up against him. Oh my. Or just somebody you may see like you playing defense and you may see an offensive lineman or somebody that was on the defense.
I'll say for sure. I believe number 8 from Foster. I think his name is Jordan or something. Basically doing film on him was what that Conroe, not Foster. I meant Conroe. Conroe.
Okay.
Uh, I felt like that was probably one of the best receivers I faced off against. I feel like it was like a dogfight, even though they came on top of beating us. But I feel like we had great adversity the whole game. But what I mean, it was off and on. We fought. I fought through the whole thing. He fought through the whole thing. But I just knew for a fact I was gonna go down with a beat down. But that was one of the great competitors I ever went against as a receiver. So
Okay.
yes, sir.
What about you, Eduardo?
For me, I'd probably say the nose from Foster, number 55. I don't know his name, but it was a battle every snap. Every snap, he was a dog. I'm not gonna lie. It was
How did he line
hard
up on
heads up on me every single play.
you?
And he was good with the hands, but he wasn't using them. He straight bull
Okay,
rushing
okay.
me. So it was a battle all game. So
Good. Okay, man. That's not too bad right there, bro.
Not at all, man. Not at all. So, we'll go ahead and move on to the next question. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jones.
Yeah, no, again, fellas, we appreciate you being here. I truly appreciate you as well. And, with you guys being athletes and, you play football, I'm sure you watch the NFL. And maybe you watched the game last night and you saw Jackson Dart out there getting smacked around and you talking about pancakes, it's crazy to me how, you know, he goes and has his after game interview and says, you know, that's just the way he played. You know, if he keep playing like that, you know, he's gonna be over here doing the podcast with us. So my question with, you know, big plays like that, what's one play or one moment that you'll never forget from this season?
I'll probably say my first varsity interception. I feel like that was really a memorable moment for me because, you know, I always got interceptions like throughout my high school years or since I was a kid playing football. But like my first varsity interception was like just, it felt like a golden moment, especially seeing the stands and seeing the fans go crazy as well. Like I feel like that was a great moment for me.
So, I mean, what time in the game was it? I mean, was it third, fourth quarter? Was game on the line? What formation was you in?
We was in like, it was going to like second quarter. I believe it was like at least like second down. They kept trying to force the ball every time, but we wasn't going for it. And I guess they just decided to throw it up, force it. They tried to force it at least to the star receiver to get the touchdown off because we was beating them. I believe it was like at least like 21-0 or something. And, you know, I guess he threw it to the wrong side, you know. Came ahead, got what I needed, and got my money.
Right. Was he running a post? Was he running a drag?
He ran a post.
Okay.
I stayed with it the whole time. I was really playing outside leverage. Yeah, I played leverage, and I just came under it and got the money.
Did you take it to the house or?
Nah, I got tripped up. I got tripped up.
You didn't have the wheels. I got you.
As soon as I caught it.
Got you. No, that's good. And you said you've gotten interceptions before. Why was that interception so important to you?
Really like the change of the game, change of the moment. You know, when we feel like we always need to stop, or like, you know, it was just like bad play. It was like, we just needed it to happen, and it was just me being there at the right moment, the right time. Got you.
And Eduardo, what was a play that is memorable to you? I know you said you got some pancake blocks. Is it one of those?
Sir. You know it. My first ever varsity pancake against Jersey Village. It was just being able to like know I could like I'm strong enough to be able to put people in the dirt.
Right.
That all season, like those all season workouts really came in, and then, like it benefited me to the most. Went out there, they were talking smack. My first year center, and it was my first year on varsity. So like that scouting report on me wasn't that good. To be able to go out there and like punish him for like what he said to me and put him in the dirt. It was an amazing feeling.
No, I got you, man. I mean, so when it happened, I mean, did you know that you had that ability to do that to him, or it was kind of no?
Honestly, in my head, I thought I was gonna get done. I thought I was done for. I thought, okay, he lined up heads up on me. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it pans out.
Right.
But it ended up like I went underneath, got the leverage, took him for a ride.
Right. How'd you feel afterwards?
It felt amazing, like to be able to do that to people, like throughout the entire season. Like it just kept evolving to like a more and more throughout the game. So.
No, I got you.
Did you remember his name?
Nah, he was a senior too.
Mm-hmm. We was gonna shout him out.
Hey, he had a 50 Cent moment. He was like, "I'm the man, homie." You know what I'm saying? He was ready. I understand it, man.
No, really, yeah. Just really quick. So you said that was the first time you would play at you had moved to center. What position were you playing before?
Like my JV year, I had played a little bit. I had played mostly guard, but it was like I was on and off at center because our senior center had just left. So it was like, okay, we need to find somebody new. So my coach had just threw me in there. He saw I snapped. He saw I could snap. So he like, "We'll try you out at center." Like he tried me all off season at center, practice it. But it's those first game jitters that like really get to you sometimes, especially when you got the away band blasting in your ear. You gotta snap it on time. You gotta snap it like to his chest. It's all kind of nerve wracking, but it gets away once you get used to it.
Got you. No, I appreciate the answers, fellas. I'm gonna kick it over to Marcus for the next question.
A couple guys posted in the chat. This was directed at you, Eduardo.
Man, what are they talking about?
A
What are they talking about?
couple guys tripping out there. You know how it go, man. So I'm gonna leave with my question actually. So, and I know you guys are seniors and you guys are moving on to the next level. Hopefully, and if you don't, we understand. But what would you, at least to my question, what advice would you give to younger players coming up behind you? And I'll start with you, Joe.
I'll say the most I can tell them is the time you put in is the time that you're gonna get out of it. But I'll say most just stay committed. Whatever you stay committed to, that's what it's gonna bring to light. God always been on my side. So me trusting through the process of playing football, and just not in football, just life. I feel like he showed me a lot. He gave me a lot of messages. But I'll say to for the kids, just stay down for the come up. Try to every chance you get a work in, try to get the most work you can get because it's gonna help you in the long run. That's what I'll say.
Yes, sir. That's real good advice. So what he's basically saying is, if you got time to put the work in, make sure you take that work. Don't avoid it.
Sure.
And what about you, Ed?
I'd say some advice I have is just be able to overcome adversity. Don't let these small things get to you. If they score on you, just have that mentality to go out there and go get it back, and then just continue to pile those points on top of each other, so you can just overcome.
I know, I understand. So basically, what Ed is saying is, when trials and tribulations arise, go ahead and get through that. Adversity is what makes you stronger in the long run. So continue to put the work in, even through adversity, and you'll learn to make sure you make your way through. I understand that big time. We got one more question for you guys. Go back to Jones. Jones, go ahead and line them up.
Yeah, no, I mean, so I think you guys have kind of touched on it, but we'll revisit it a little bit anyway. Playing sports, you always have challenges that you have to overcome, obstacles that you have to overcome. So what was one of the biggest challenges that you had to overcome this year? We'll go with that.
I'll say the biggest challenge I overcame as a player, I'll say, was my injury. I suffered from a dislocation from the shoulder my junior year being on varsity. I feel like that stopped me from a lot. I mean, it stopped me from doing a lot of things, like helping the team out, being there for the team, filling a role for the team. But for my senior year, it kind of came back to me as well. But I feel like I fought through the adversity of just playing through it and taking care of my body and being there for my team when it's right.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a follow-up question to that. How do you stay motivated through something like that, right? Because, you got an injury, you're on the sideline, you're watching your teammates go out and play. You know what I mean? And I know you were just talking about persevering and continue to put that work in. So what did you do in that off time to make sure that you stayed motivated and stayed on task?
I stayed consistent throughout the rehab. I made sure I was there for every team practice, even though I couldn't do nothing. I still watched film, and I really just stayed committed to everything. Stay loyal to the team as well. I didn't want to just get injured and just leave them out there and be like, oh, I'm not coming back or not. Well, for me having too much love for the game, I couldn't just leave it like that. So I knew for a fact I had to find a way to come back. But yeah.
Got you. I appreciate that.
Sure.
Ed.
A challenge I say I faced, that was hard for me to face. I'm gonna be honest, it was those 6 a.m. morning workouts throughout that summer. It was it's a struggle to get up that early every single day and go put that work in and go lift weights. But when you have a coaching staff that really supports you and pushes you to do it, it gets easier over the time.
Yeah.
Got you. So I take it you're not a morning person.
I'm not.
No, I definitely get it, man. With myself and of course Marcus also being in the military, we had to be at work at 4:30, so that means we were getting up at 3. and working 12-hour shifts. So I can definitely understand, how tough it is to get up and to put that work in that early in the morning. So, no, fellas, I appreciate that answer. I'll kick it back over to Marcus to move us into the next section.
Yeah, man. Once again, man, thank you guys for your acknowledgement and for your overall experience of going through high school football, and we appreciate you guys. But let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off and have a little bit of fun. We're gonna move on to our next topic, talking about adversities. Well, not really adversities, more about issues. It brings up our next question of one of my guys. But unfortunately, he hasn't been playing at his MVP level, and it begs to ask the question, what is the issue with Lamar Jackson? And with me being the resident Baltimore Ravens fan, I'll go ahead and get this thing started. Basically, this is what I put together. Lamar is not playing well currently. He struggled in his last 4 games. He has 1 TD and 3 interceptions. He has 4 fumbles, which 2 of them he lost. The play currently that he's playing at for to be a 2-time MVP and to be making $250 million plus is unacceptable. And this is why. In every big time game that I currently saw Lamar Jackson play, which I've seen him play all of them, he's struggled. Whether he's led to the downfall or he's contributed to the downfall is something I just don't like. Let's talk about this previous game. Do you know how important that game was for us to have first place in the division, but be 1 game up on the Steelers and pretty much put the Bengals out of their misery? But that didn't happen. Why? We got him doing fumbles with nobody touching him. We got him trying to run away, throwing it to the other team while he's following them away. Just bad plays. And usually when that happens, it trickles down. And you saw it trickle down to Zay Flowers. You see it trickle down to Isaiah Likely. He just has to play better. He just literally has to play better. In the group chat, I was tripping. I ain't gonna tell no story. I was going off at that moment in time. I'll be honest. Jones and Coach Josh can tell you I was tripping in there because I'm talking about trading 2-time MVP. I don't want to hear it no more. He's James Harden, but currently he is. Let's not act like he's not. He's currently James Harden at the moment. He hasn't showed up in big time plays when we needed him. So to any of y'all, if y'all got questions for me, go ahead, throw them at me.
Yeah, I really don't got no questions. It's more like a statement. It's
go ahead.
I feel like more of the blame. I would put more honestly. I put more blame on Isaiah Likely. That those fumbles. That's no bueno. Can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
No, agreed. But Lamar Jackson had 2 fumbles. 1, nobody touched him. Nobody touched him. I think that one irritates me the most. Like that play irritated me the most. Anybody got any questions for me regarding this conversation before I pass it on to the other guy?
I mean, same thing on what I was saying. Like, I wouldn't say a question, but a statement is like, I feel like we really did just check out through his mentality. Like right now, I feel like he ain't hungry how he was when the time being with him being the.
Okay, why would you say that? Give me an example of why you would say that.
We all know Lamar Jackson. He can always perform well. Like, he always perform well. We know what he can do. But
exactly.
Rumble and all that is like really not acceptable. So when we talk about it now, like I feel like he ain't hungry enough like how he used to be.
So what I asked you, what got him less hungry? He has the money, he has the MVPs?
Probably like I'll say probably MVPs. I feel like he think he proved his name enough to the point he feel like he don't got to perform as much. That's what I think.
That's a great point.
Hey, I'm
that's
saying
a great point.
So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over to the other guys. We're gonna start with Coach Josh because I know he look like he got a lot on his mind.
Well,
Go
if he
ahead.
got a whole lot on his mind, let me jump in here real quick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then I'll let him go ahead and go off. So listen, I think really quick to piggyback off Joe. I think he's and I didn't think about it that way, right? He may have lost a little hunger to play the game, and it may also be because listen, he ended up getting hurt early. Right, they weren't winning any games. They had Tyler Huntley come in. Snoop. He ended up winning a game or two. Right, so they were already behind the 8 ball. Right, so I don't know if within the locker room they were just like, listen, this season's a wash. We're gonna go ahead and hang it up. Now the way that the division has shaped up a little bit, right? Everybody in the AFC North is playing bad. Right, ain't nobody really winning. Right, everybody is like a game behind. And matter of fact, I think you guys are actually number one in the division until y'all play again. So even with all of that, right, even with the bad play from Lamar Jackson, you guys are still number one in the division. But what I will tell you is this. I told you 2 games ago when they were playing the Browns that he didn't look good, right? And you was telling me, no, this, that, and the third. I was like, bro, he don't look good. And then y'all played who'd y'all play after that?
The
Jets, right? And I was like, listen, y'all looking bad. Y'all should have blown the Jets out. And I was like, and then that's when I told you, I was like, y'all gonna lose that game to Cincinnati, right?
No, agreed.
And that's exactly what happened, man. So I think that Lamar Jackson is playing hurt, right? I think he didn't fully recover. I think he rushed back too quick. And since he's still hurt, he can't run, right? So since there is no element of his explosive plays, right, when the play breaks down, defenses are actually, stacking and playing tighter. And at this point, there are no wide open windows that he used to have when he was throwing the ball, right? So he's used to throwing to wide open receivers. I don't think he's really used to throwing tight window throws, right? Other than, little 5-yard comebacks or, where they sit down into the zone. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's ever really been, somebody who's able to throw a drag across the middle with somebody playing underneath technique.
This is the only thing I'll say. He's missed wide open receivers. He missed Zay Flowers on a wide open out.
That is true.
DeAndre Hopkins on a wheel route where he's about to score if you just give him a comparable pass. Now, I too want to say that he's hurt, but then he shows me flashes that he's not hurt because in his previous game, there was a time where he did turn the corner. I was like, oh, maybe he's not hurt. I don't necessarily know. But from his play, it's not acceptable to be a 2-time MVP and play the way he's currently playing. My guy hasn't thrown a touchdown in what, almost 3 games. That's unacceptable for a guy of his stature. But we'll go ahead and.
No, all I was going to say is, I agree with you to the point where I think it's when they were playing the Jets, he ended up the play broke down. He broke the pocket, and instead of taking off and running, I think he ended up sliding, right? And he still had like 5 or 6 yards in front of him, and he didn't take him. So that's why I think, something's wrong there. I don't think he's 100%.
Understandable, and to that point, I still say he has to do better with wide open passes. Like, take your time, my guy. You're a 2-time MVP. But we'll pass that over to Coach Josh. Say what you got to say, buddy.
All right. So we all can agree that he's not playing well, right?
Yes.
All right. He ain't playing well. Hey, bro, that's not no big secret. We can also all agree that he ain't 100%.
To a certain extent, yes. We can agree to that.
I mean, now the next part about it is Marcus. He played well. Probably the first 4 games. Because they were scoring some points.
He played well when he played Miami. No, I'm saying he played well in the Miami game. So he threw 4 touchdowns. So
Yeah, they so it's just this last little. I'm gonna say these last 2 games, 3 games, maybe, and the games they lost. We're gonna say that when he was in the game. But I remember Baltimore losing, and somebody on this panel was saying that it was the defensive scheme that was horrible.
yeah, that was at the
And I
beginning.
said players need to play. And I'm gonna stick by that. Players need to play. Lamar not playing up to par. He's probably banged up more than usual. But there's no reason that Derrick Henry should be getting 10 carries a game.
Mm.
This is what I'll say about that too.
Oh, hold on,
Nope.
hold on, hold
Hold
on.
on. Let me give that caveat to you real quick. Let me give that caveat to you. Who's the 2-time MVP?
How many MVPs Derrick Henry has?
0.
League MVPs? Okay.
0.
I give you that.
Who makes $250 million?
I give you that.
So, in the same instance, if you start to take the ball out of his hand, then he's no longer who we thought he was. Is that what you're trying to say? When you start to take the ball out of his hand, when you go through your, I get what you're saying.
You got another superhuman behind him.
No, you do. Agreed. But
Okay. This is his time to say, hey, we could throw the ball about 20 times a game. Let these running backs get about 35 rushing plays easily and let them score touchdowns.
Agreed.
But the scheme is horrible. He's still hurt. You're going to have to grind this game out. You're going to have to play old school football. We all said last week on the panel, we thought that they was going to heavily run the ball this past week, right?
Yep.
Dude did the total opposite of what was going to happen. Come on, man. Bruh, Monken is horrible.
Well, one thing I will say, man, I think since the Ravens got Derrick Henry, I don't think that they've used him to, his capability, man. I think there's a lot of games to where, he's got less than 15 touches. And
That a lot is left on the table.
Yeah. So,
and I'll say, and to both of y'all, I'll say, when you got a guy that's worth $250 million, y'all know what they gonna do.
He
They gonna put it
hurt
in his
me.
hand. No, I
He
understand.
hurt.
I understand what it's like. Josh Allen right now. Look how old boy from the Bills is running. He's running well, but they go put that ball in Josh Allen's hands. Am I correct or no?
He ain't been throwing them crazy numbers like he was throwing before,
No,
40,
he
50
isn't.
times a game.
But he's running. He's running a lot more than what he's ran previously.
We just said in a couple podcasts ago, he might be the best running quarterback in the league right now.
He's not. We know who it is, but
Hey, all I can say is numbers speak for itself right now.
There you go. And to Eduardo's point though, because I got Isaiah Likely on my fantasy football team, and I had to put him on the bench. Listen, I'm gonna add some context to that. So last year with my fantasy team, right, I took Mark Andrews because Mark Andrews was the guy, right? Mark Andrews is the guy. That was his number one target. Well, guess who wasn't getting the ball? Mark Andrews last year. Right. So this year I was like, okay, Isaiah Likely was going off. So who did I pick up? Picked up Isaiah Likely. who giving me 2 to 3 points a week? Isaiah Likely. Ain't doing nothing. So between Lamar Jackson, the misutilization of Derrick Henry, Isaiah Likely playing the way he playing, and Mark Andrews is going off. So listen, I think we all thought that Baltimore was going to be a lot better than what they were. And to tell you the truth, I thought, this year, if they didn't at least make it to the Super Bowl, I think they're on the downward slope. Because at this point, you're going to have to start looking at shuffling some people. You got too much money out there. Lamar Jackson taking up a large portion of the budget. So And hell, you guys went out there and got everybody with a big name, right? Because didn't y'all pick up Minka?
No.
Who did y'all pick up this year? Alexander.
Yeah.
From the Packers.
Yeah.
He's a no-no.
Yeah. So I mean, y'all start picking up everybody with a big name, and now I mean, you
we
guys
are where we are. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But I will say this: we have what 5 games left in the season, something like that. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has the opportunity. We control our own destiny, our own destiny right now.
Well, y'all are top of the division, so I mean,
yeah, we got an important game. We got an important game this week with the Steelers. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And if I got to fly on a plane, go to Baltimore, wait for Todd Monken to come by and tell him to, hey, run the ball, player, run the ball.
Okay, so let's all agree on this. Let's say pass the ball, and then they go run the ball this week.
Right? I got you.
Hashtag fire Monken.
Well, listen, I mean, y'all should beat the Steelers, man. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers out there calling people out after the game. They ain't looking good. They talking about fire Mike Tomlin. So
fire Mike Tomlin. Fine.
Yeah, somebody just put in the chat. They said that I was about to say the Vikings. Good Lord, y'all out there, y'all playing like the Vikings. So I mean, y'all got the best chance to make it to the dance. So
yeah, we have a chance. Hopefully we put it together, man. Hopefully. But let's move on to the next topic. Speaking of chances, this guy got another chance to play quarterback. Let's have a discussion about how he played. And you guys know who that is. That's Shedeur Sanders. And I asked you guys, Shedeur Sanders with his second start. What are our thoughts? I'll let the young fella start, and then I'll go to the resident Browns fan.
I know Mr. John's a big fan of Shedeur. seen the last podcast. I think for like his second week starting, he didn't do bad. He had 149 yards. He had no picks. He had a good game as a starting quarterback. But like Jerry Jeudy, like I seen the argument they had on the sideline. As stuff like that to tell your second week starting quarterback is it's not okay. Especially when you the one causing turnovers like last week he did. I feel like what he did arguing with your starting quarterback like that is not acceptable. It's not something you should be doing.
Agreed. I'm about to put something up. It's probably going to rub some people the wrong way, but I'm about to put it up. Guys, take a look.
Nah, I'm gonna disagree on that. I feel like Shedeur ain't really given a chance. I mean, yeah, with his second start, he's been doing all right. He's been proving himself a little bit. But I feel like they need to actually give him a chance. Like when I say give him a chance, I mean let's like revolve the game around him a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people hate on him based off his father's name, what he has built as being a former NFL player and former MVP. But I feel like, let him build his own legacy. Like, Shedeur's actually a great player. I feel like he's a great quarterback. He just needs the actual give him a chance, because I feel like they still think Dylan Gabriel is, they think he's just like the man in the room. But I feel like they really just they're making Shedeur think he's the underdog. But I feel like as long as he get that chance, I feel like he's going to definitely prove himself. I think he's actually a great quarterback, in my opinion.
So I'm gonna go over to the resident. He's the resident Shedeur fan. Coach Josh, go ahead. Let him have it, man.
Hold on. Oh, the resident Shedeur fan. Go ahead. You got it. Yeah. Go ahead, Josh.
The dude didn't play bad, man. I mean, man, we seeing growth. Like with him. Did they win? No. Yep. Are they playing a vanilla scheme, calling plays? Yes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think that Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees really did a good job at calling plays the other night. Like they kind of mixing it up kind of 50-50. Like it's not that bad. Players got to make plays, bro. Like I saw some of the plays with Judy because people been killing him. They just ain't talking about that one play that he not trying to go out and turn the Jets on. They starting to look at the last two games and what he was doing, and some other things with Flacco and Gabriel where he not playing hard. So I mean, man, he didn't have any turnovers. That was the main thing. Oh, he gonna turn the ball over. He letting the ball go to the stands. He not holding it. Like people thought he was gonna hold it and take sacks. He only got sacked 3 times. I think 2 of those was on some like at the end of the game where he had to. All right, man, I'm trying to make a play. So man, I give them a C, man. They lost. It's a vanilla scheme. I don't think those people trying to win, so they gonna keep it vanilla. They might win this week, but I mean, they didn't let him throw the ball 50 times yet. For 201 yards. But hey, you gonna see.
So I'll take before we get over to the guy who's the natural Browns fan. I gave him a C. They lost, but it wasn't his fault. But he didn't do nothing exceptional to increase the odds of helping them win. That's what it is. He did have 3 sacks. He threw the ball more this time than he had last time, yet had about 50 plus less yards. You could tell he's playing not to make a mistake. Yeah. The first game, he was 11 of 20 for 200 yards. This time, I think he was 16 of 25 for 163. Inevitably, they're the same. And I say that when I say they're the same, no matter if they had Shadur Sanders in or Dylan Gabriel in, it wasn't going to make a difference.
Jones, I need you to Jones.
And I say that the same, everybody says that, Shadur Sanders has the deck stacked against him. It's true. Same thing for Dylan Gabriel. He has to have Shadur Sanders behind him, which sets the deck. Well, if he doesn't play well, he too is on that seat. But I hear everybody talking about Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy was the same one when Dylan Gabriel was there. Let's not act like he wasn't. The offensive line, I hear, same offensive line when Dylan Gabriel was there. It's the same. It's the same old outcome, same old Browns. It's not going to change. So inevitably they're gonna have to make some real hard decisions on what they're going to do, and that's just my opinion.
Jones,
thought he played all right, but that's just what it is. And so I'm gonna go it over. He's a resident Brown fan. He gonna let us know.
Jones, I need your help, Jones.
Listen, so this is kind of where I follow on the whole situation, right? Last week I think we were able to give him a grade. This week, I think that it was hard to evaluate Shadur Sanders and his gameplay, right? Marcus, you mentioned it. The loss, I was about to say Chicago Bears, goodness. The Browns, they ended up losing. However, you had bad play calling, right? Special teams is horrible, right? Listen, I felt like we were the Chargers out there 2 years ago when they was going forward on 4th and 8 on their own 30. You know what I mean? Like they were doing things that you just should not do when you are an average to below average team when it comes to talent, right? You have 0 opportunities for mistakes. You have to play mistake-free football, and you have to beat them with scheme and coaching, right? Because we did not have more talent than the 49ers, right? So with all that being said, with the bad play calling, right? They went for it. I think it was the first drive in the first quarter on fourth down. And every time that we go for it on fourth down and we get close to the goal line, they pull the Shedeur Sanders out of the game, right? Why they're doing that, I have no idea. So they went for it on fourth down. It didn't end up getting it, right? Third quarter, I think they went for it again on 4th and 1 on their own 30. At that point, they were low on the clock. They had Ethan Posick, who's the center, the starting center, running in with 10 seconds left, right? They had Harold Fannin snapping the ball. This is the first time that he's ever done any of that under center, right? And they doing it in a game where it was still 10-8. You know what I mean? Like it didn't make sense on why they would do it and run or go for it on your own 30 at that point, right? What they should have done, and here's the biggest thing. Kevin Stefanski has given up play calling. So the only thing he really doing is managing the game, right? So you in charge of timeouts, throwing the flag, right? So you got 10 seconds left. You got players still running on the field, and you're going to run it on fourth. You still going to run the play on 4th and 1? You should have called the timeout, reevaluate it, and then maybe not even go for it. Go ahead and kick it because the game was still close, right? And then what was his name? I forget the guy's name. It's not even important, bro. He ended up getting the kickoff return and catching it on the 5 instead of letting it go out and getting the ball at the 40. So and then we had the 60-yard punt return or whatnot, put them in great field position. And every time that they scored, they had a short field. And, they didn't really give the defense an opportunity to do what they do best, right? So I think this game was really hard to evaluate Shedeur Sanders. They said it was 30-mile-per-hour winds. You seen the first throw that he threw to Judy. He overthrew him a little bit. So I think this game they really dialed it back. I think to point, Josh's point, everything is really vanilla right now. Matter of fact, on the touchdown throw that Shedeur made to Harold Fannin, they had ran the ball 9 straight times, right? So they didn't mix in pass at all. So I think they took the ball out of his hands because of the weather. But we'll see, because the big matchup is really coming this week, playing against Cam Ward, right? Because one of the things I was going to bring up, because everybody's talking about Shedeur Sanders and how bad he playing. Well, I would rather have Shedeur Sanders than J.J. McCarthy right now.
I wouldn't necessarily say he's playing bad.
Yeah, I know. We're not saying that, but there are people out there saying that Shedeur Sanders is playing bad. Dylan Gabriel should be playing. I would take Shedeur Sanders over Dylan Gabriel, which we already have. I would take him over J.J. McCarthy because he's playing horrible. Who's matter of fact, who's the backup to in Minnesota that went out there and played last week?
I don't know. We're not taking him.
No, let's talk about it though, right? No. I mean, he threw 4 interceptions.
Look, I'll continue to keep saying this, and I'm gonna stay on my grave when I say it. They're the same, whether you like it or not. The same outcome. It's almost the same amount of yards. There's no real difference. I keep saying it's the same thing. In order for us to truly know what is, they're going to have to overhaul the receiving core and get new coaches.
Yeah. So
I'm saying it's going to be the same old same.
Can I ask a question?
Well, let me just also say this, and I'll leave it alone. If you go back, because I know you're a numbers guy, and numbers don't always tell the story, but if you go back and look at that game, Brock Purdy's numbers were very identical to Shedeur Sanders.
No, agree. No,
and it was 26-8. So
no, agreed.
Do with that what you will.
Can I say something? Or can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So if Cleveland beat Tennessee on When they play Sunday,
Yeah, they play Sunday.
are we gonna say the same thing again? Oh man, it was a sorry team.
So since you brought it up, let's get there. Let's
I'm
get there.
I'm not.
They beat the Raiders. Offensively and defensively, the Raiders are probably one of the worst teams in the NFL. Can we all agree on that?
Can we all agree that Cleveland is about the same?
Not defensively. Defensively, Cleveland is probably the best defense in the league. If
Probably
not,
so. I will agree with that. But special teams brings them down.
horrible. No, agreed. Agreed. But I will say, team for
And we
team
talk about
wise,
all special teams. We're just not talking about
one of the worst teams is probably when you got your OC calling plays that's not in the playbook. You know there's a problem.
he was trying to get old boy fired.
Hey, well, he got fired first.
Yeah. I mean, man, we're gonna be honest with you.
Let me ask you this then, because Cam Ward has only won one game.
Yeah.
If Shador and Browns and company beat the Titans, can we at least agree on that Shador was or should have been better than a 5th round pick?
Yes.
Yes.
That we can agree.
Yeah, we should have been agreed upon that though.
Okay, what happens if he loses?
We agreed upon that.
What happens if the Brown loses? Because this is a game basically to determine who's the top 3 pick, basically. Who's going to get a top 3 pick?
I don't know, because we got to look at it again with Jones said. People punting the ball when they could be kicking field goals. People return punts and kickoffs.
Yeah, because he went
people
for
going to 3 and out, just running the ball. People fumbling the ball on juke moves.
Agreed. I felt like
come on, man. Like, man, we can't blame him for everything, bro.
No, we're not. I didn't blame him for everything.
Oh, yeah, that's a discussion for another day.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's a discussion for another day.
I didn't. So,
that's a discussion for another day.
Anybody else got anything? They do have a question for Job. They say, Job, what's your favorite franchising team?
Favorite franchise team? My favorite franchise team is the Bills, to be honest.
Say, man, I'm going to need you to lead the show, bro.
I've been rocking on my Bills for the longest, but we ain't gonna speak on them too much.
Hey, they're asking some good questions. This question's for you, Eduardo. Say, what team has the best O-line core in the league right now from a fellow O-line point of view?
This is actually like amazing question. I'd probably say nah.
Boy, if you said the Texans, I was about to slap you.
Nah,
man,
it came to my head, but then I gotta remember who they are. I gotta remember who they are. I gotta remember who they are as the O-line core. So I'll probably still give it to the Eagles.
Yeah, they actually have one in the. No, they do. They have one of the better O-lines. I don't know what's going on with them though at the current moment. But I would say that if you put name for name, stature for stature, they have probably the best O-line. If you really think about that, though.
Yeah.
Well, we'll move on to the next topic, guys. As you guys know, college football is almost coming to an end. And with that being said, we had a couple important games that happened over the weekend. And if you guys know anything about who's a Texas Longhorns fan, i.e. me. It was a big game between Texas and Texas A&M. I thought I was a little worried at first. Then the young fella kicked it in the high gear, and they went on to upset Texas A&M. If you guys don't know, the playoff rankings did come out, and Texas is currently not in. I think they're at 13, if I'm correct, which is not bad. They need some weird stuff to happen to be able to get in. And I asked you guys after that huge win against Texas A&M, who was number 3 in the nation?
Number 3.
Would you have put them in? And I'll start with the young fellas first. Joe?
Yes. Well,
he said that with so much conviction.
Without a doubt. if you could beat the number 3 team in the nation, and we all know this, like Texas shall always have their ticket their ticket punching in the playoffs. So with that being said, I feel like them actually eliminating was very. With them being eliminated, I feel like that was very wrong. You know, me being a big Texas fan, it was. I'm like, beauty. With them being eliminated, that was very wrong, in my opinion. Yes.
To them in the chat who asked why Texas A&M is not in the SEC game, there's 4 teams with 1 loss in the SEC. Georgia, Alabama, Texas A&M, and it was one other.
And Ole Miss, huh?
Huh?
And Ole Miss, huh?
Yes, that is correct. It was Ole Miss. Because Texas beat Texas A&M, it went from because it would have been Texas A&M and Ole Miss if Texas would have won, but now it's Alabama and Georgia because Texas beat Texas A&M. That's why they're not in the SEC championship game. But Eduardo, what about you, man? Would you put the Texas in?
No hate, but
Tell them the truth. Just go ahead and tell them the truth.
I wouldn't. I would not.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Yep.
I wouldn't. You gotta look at it from like the A&M perspective. Like A&M haven't played no real contenders other than what Notre Dame, LSU, and I think Florida. That's really it.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the teams not big talk. They're not big talk. So when you have Texas coming out here who have like a really challenging schedule, like they came out here and did what they had to do against A&M. So
yeah,
like,
they did that against A&M.
They did
Vanderbilt.
But then again, A&M didn't have no real contenders to play with.
Oh, man,
Other than LSU, Mizzou, and Notre Dame. So like I honestly can't give it to them.
So you basically
that.
saying Texas A&M really had a free gateway.
No, he's saying Texas A&M wasn't that good. That's what he's saying.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I
You know
mean,
what, Eduardo? You're disconnected. No, I'm just
yeah. Like, I mean, to be honest, Texas A&M really got some great weapons, really underrated weapons on their team, and I feel like they definitely came together overall to actually become a great team they is. But you know, with them like choking themselves like they always do, it was just meant to happen anyway. So,
hey, I like your style, Joe. I like your style, man. I do.
So, like, yeah, I feel like, me being a Texas fan, of course, Texas A&M was a great team. They performed overall great this season, but, you know, some things got to come to an end. But I feel like it was really just unfair how they basically treated the playoffs right now with them.
But we'll see. You just need some few things to happen. Yeah, you do. We do.
To be pulled. Yeah.
So I'll go to Jones. Jones, go ahead. Tell me what you got, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keep it simple, man. You know, they're a 3-loss team. I don't think in the history of college football, and I could be wrong. Somebody in the chat fact check me, but I don't think anybody who's been a 3-loss team has ever made it to the playoffs. So
no, it hasn't. I can tell you that.
Yeah, so just based off historical data, and plus, you know, they lost to Georgia. I think didn't they lose by like what 25?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
and then they lost to 3-9 Florida, right?
Yeah,
so, and what was the other team that beat them?
Ohio
State. Ohio State. Okay, that's right. So I mean, with 3 losses, man. I mean, listen, Arch. And company, they started to pull it together as the season continued to go along. But I think they should make it? They fired my man Charlie Strong a long time ago. So
ain't gonna never let that go.
so I'm gonna go ahead and say no. But just based off of historical data, I mean, you know, I don't think they're gonna let him in with 3 losses.
Yeah, it's actually, man, it's really weird because if they don't get in and Alabama loses to Georgia, then that'll be the 3-loss team that gets in.
Right.
So then I put it over to Coach. Coach, what you got, man? Don't be over there hating.
I ain't hating, bro. I'm just, hey man, y'all gonna be playing in the Cotton Bowl. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real, baby. Y'all gonna be playing in the Cotton Bowl. But I think Vegas not gonna let y'all in, bro. I think that mostly everybody that's supposed to win this week gonna win this week. Because who's the crazy team that's in there that don't have like no wins in the rankings? Who is it, man? They just said
Duke. Like, what happens if Duke beats? Who is that? I don't even know who they're playing. Give me one second.
I don't even know either, but it's somebody because I was watching it today, and then it's somebody else that could get in. That if they win a championship game or something, man, it's just crazy.
Duke and Virginia.
Okay.
So from what they're saying is, and this is crazy, if Duke beats Virginia, then there's more than likely a possibility that the ACC don't get a team in. That's crazy.
I don't think so, man. The ACC bring money too, bro.
No,
like
I'm just saying,
game.
If Texas sits at 13, and who sits in front of them is Miami. And they're talking about Miami and Notre Dame, and because Miami beat Notre Dame, but Notre Dame is on a heater currently. And who's the other one that has to lose that they were talking about? Yeah, what happens if Georgia beats Alabama, and then if Texas Tech beats BYU, and then they need one more upset, and they were saying it's gonna be pandemonium. But I understand.
Who's the American Conference?
I can tell you Tulane and North Texas.
Okay.
That's weird too because you have Tulane and you have James Madison, where either one of those can get in if I feel like if they win. So
yeah.
So it's a little bit of craziness out here, man.
But I think Vegas not gonna let it happen, no, Marcus. But I can tell you this, y'all probably will be playing. I'm not gonna say on New Year's, but y'all gonna have a holiday bowl.
No, I understand. We will. There's a couple questions for the young fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and give them to them. Question for Joe: how do you think secondary makes or break a team's defense from your viewpoint? What does bad team secondary lack that good teams have?
Well, I'm gonna say like for a secondary, me being a secondary player, I feel like it definitely makes the team, because we always fill a void like for the passes, and we always there to fill a void for the runs as well. But the runs are always important to like the linebackers, defensive lines, and stuff. But if they ain't able to make it, it's like 3 stages. You got the D line, linebackers, and then you got the corners and safeties. We'll always be the one to fill the void. But I say like as what bad teams as a secondary like that good teams have.
No, he said.
I'm answering for the second question.
What does bad team secondary lack that good teams have?
What bad team secondary lack?
Mm-hmm. So basically, what he's saying, what good team secondary makes them good that doesn't make a secondary for a bad team not good?
I feel like because I'll be watching the games. I feel like for a good team, like I think their communication be on point.
There you go.
With bad teams, like I feel like they really dependent on like their teams. Like I'll be watching the games. I see what they communicated, but they communicated be so off to the point like they like actually blow coverage and they make a big play on them, and it just like turns the whole game down for them, and then they're just mentally checked out the game and they don't even want to play no more.
Like the Baltimore Ravens. Oh,
Baltimore Ravens got a good secondary. I feel like, yeah, with
Don't hey Joe, don't feed into that, bro. Don't
I'm
do
just
it.
saying.
I'm just telling you, don't feed into it. They got a question
oh,
for Eduardo.
it's the Baltimore
Eduardo,
Ravens at Jujo.
how do you feel the Longhorns O-line performed this season with Arch Manning in the backfield?
How do I feel about the O line? I
Yeah, for
mean,
Texas.
I feel like they've held their own for the most part.
Hell no.
I'm trying to give your O line a little bit of props.
No.
Okay.
No,
So
let the young man answer.
No, because he lying right now. I can't take that. He lying. He trying to give them some credit. No, it was garbage, bro. Let's be honest. Them boys
they no
garbage.
bueno.
Yes,
They're
they
no
was no
bueno.
bueno. Dog, they
They're
was
no
letting
bueno.
cats. Hey, dog. I watched
They
them block.
was working that O line.
I watched 3 dudes block one dude and was trying to figure out where the other dude got the sack from. Because you didn't block him.
That sound like the Browns.
Dog, all 3 went to the one dude. Dude comes scot-free. He like, yeah, that was your dude, bro.
What they run a stunt blitz?
Yes, man.
Yeah, right through the middle.
Look, they was killing them with the delayed blitz.
Arch collar wrong coverage. The wrong protection, I mean.
Yeah,
I guess
he
so.
didn't set the protection.
Yeah, that's what Shador did. He called the wrong protection. So
hey, sir. We talking about Texas.
I was being sarcastic. I'm a Shador fan. Remember the resident Shador fan.
You are the resident Shador fan. Let's not act like that. But it's 10 o'clock, guys. First off, I want to thank all the young fellas and the questions from the chat. Thank you guys for giving us questions and giving us feedback. We love it. To the young fellas, once again, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate everything that you gave to us, said. Take the knowledge that they've given to you guys and use it moving forward. We hope that you guys have a great, whatever it is you're doing, moving forward for your endeavors. We hope that you perform well and you do exactly what you're looking for. Other than that, it's time for us to go home. Thank you all for listening to the show. We'll see you again next week. Y'all have a good one. Good night.
All right, we're going, y'all.
Have a good one.